We're gonna try to do something a little unconventional here. As you can see, we're on the highway right here, and we want to move a dredge right down here, right up behind me, right where my finger's pointing. So you can see we got all these guys here. We got the rope. The rope's going to be to the truck on the top of my roof rack, and we're going to pull it up the river, and these guys are going to hold the dredge in the water, and we'll see if it works. Hopefully it won't rip my roof rack off. Here we are at the end of day 4, and I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but clear past Brandon, about another probably 15 feet is where we started, and it's 25-30 feet wide, and the front of the hole is right below me, right where I'm standing. Here's the bank, and we got into some pretty jagged stuff and found gold all over the place. And we shot a lot of GoPro video, so hopefully you guys can see that. But right down here, we found gold everywhere. Didn't matter where we looked, there was gold. We'd run the blaster, gold would pop out of the cracks and just lay on the bedrock. So that's the kind of gold mining that we like. We're gonna clean out. It's about 6 o'clock and I am beat, so we'll catch you in a bit.
Seem to have enough time, too busy living to live life right. It's always on to the next big thing, and up in that city by the bay, you couldn't pay me enough to stay.
I'm Shannon.
I'm Clint Hughes.
Clint?
Yep.
And what's your position?
Geologist and mineral as well. I'm the minerals person on the forest.
Okay,
I'm
and
a
what is your-
certified mineral examiner?
What's your training?
Oh, master's in geology, certified mineral examiner.
Through the Forest Service?
Through the BLM
Okay.
and Forest Service. Yeah.
Okay. Just want to know who we're
Yeah.
dealing with.
Yep. I'm the one they go to about the laws.
And so who sent you to do this?
The ranger.
Which
and,
ranger?
Medius and Shin and others. So
Okay. And the purpose of this is what for what?
to let you know you guys are in non-compliance. You need a plan of operations to.
It's not true, Clint.
Well,
You should know that
you can read
because
that.
we
I
are
do.
not, let me finish. We're not causing a significant disturbance. And if you guys actually knew the laws in the Supreme Court,
I'm
then
not-
you would know.
I'm not here to argue.
Let me finish, please, and then you'll get more time to talk, and I'll get more time to talk. But in order for this interaction to work, is we've got to allow each other to talk. Okay? So
go for it.
in the Supreme Court decisions, and you can look at Shumway, you can look at Hicks, you can look at a number of different cases, the Ninth Circuit, the Eighth Circuit, that conclusively prove that you cannot cause a significant disturbance with a suction dredge or hand tools. The second thing is you guys are a surface management agency. We are subsurface. So where is the authority of the Forest Service to even regulate suction dredging?
The Organic Act of 1897 and the Mineral Materials Act, I believe, I'm not sure exactly, of 1955. It's not mineral, it's the Minerals Act of 1955 that talks about the Organic Act.
Got a cigarette?
No, not on the rock, not in the
Oh, okay.
on the rock by the roof.
Oh, I just grabbed a cigarette.
Oh.
So you're Shannon Poe, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Because I need to give each of you values.
Did you see me dredging, Clint?
Well, I can wait.
Well, I just don't have to go back in the
Yeah.
water.
Well, is
You
that
see
your
what
dredge?
see what
Oh, I
I'm
know,
saying
yeah.
here?
But is that your dredge in the water?
This is utterly ridiculous
Well.
because first of all, I want to inform you on constructive notice, your ignorance of the law is no excuse for you to violate my civil rights. Therefore, let me
you
finish.
can appeal this.
Let me
You
let-
can
Clint,
appeal.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about this right now. I'm talking about you and your role with the Forest Service because just because you don't understand the law or you don't read the Supreme Court decisions and you feel that you have this authority, you don't. And I'm informing you right now on this camera in front of these people that because of your ignorance of the law, I am going to sue you individually as well as the Forest Service, but you individually because you are violating my rights. Just as long as you
do
understand
what you
that.
gotta do, you know. But I'm here to give you guys the notices of non-compliance, and you can appeal it. We are under a court order to consult on this stream, and we have not done that yet. And our forest plan says, our forest management plan says that it's required to have a plan of operations. It's amendment number 20 of our forest plan that says that you have to have a plan of operations.
That's just simply not true. And Clint, I want you to understand, I'm not here to try to argue with you or beat you up or intimidate you or threaten you. I'm here to just explain what the laws are because this is
Are you a
what we
lawyer?
do.
I mean, because my
I have a
lawyers,
20-year background in litigation.
the lawyers that represent me and the Forest Service they've looked over this letter and it is good to go. So, you know,
Maybe the letter is, but it doesn't mean that you can violate somebody's constitutional rights.
I'm just-
The 1866 and 1872 Mining Act predates all of this other bullshit that you guys are trying to claim that you've got. As far as the plan of operations goes, that's been litigated, and if your attorney
No,
doesn't
it hasn't.
even know that, it's just stunningly ignorant.
well, that's where you can appeal this, and we will reply to your appeal. But
I'm gonna sue you. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
All of us.
So, if you guys wouldn't mind filling these out, putting your name up there.
I'm not gonna fill anything out, and I want you to call the sheriff's department to be here to represent us property owners in this canyon.
Yeah, right now.
Right now.
I'm not calling anyone, but I'm just going to.
Are you refusing to have a sheriff here when you're giving us a criminal citation?
This isn't criminal, this is civil.
Okay. I'm sorry, you're a federal agency, and you're saying that this is a civil matter?
Yes.
between, okay. Do you know anything about the law, my friend? Because you're getting yourself really deep into some shit here that I think you're not going to dig yourself
Well, okay,
out of.
I'll just stop talking though, but I'll just get some, I'll take some pictures. And
I want the sheriff here. You have a radio, and I am, as a private citizen, you are a federal agent working for me. You work for the public. I request that you call the sheriff's department to have them present here. And
all
I want
am
you
doing
to,
is
are
giving
you
you
are,
this.
are you refusing to do that?
So you guys are refusing to take from the
I'm asking you a question
Alright.
about sheriff representation right now, Clint. We'll get to this in a second. Are you refusing to give
The
me...
sheriff doesn't really have anything to do with my job.
I'm asking you one simple yes or no question.
I'm not going to call the sheriff.
Okay.
You can call the sheriff.
Somebody go to Elk City and let's get the sheriff down here. Call Mike or, it's either Mike or Jim, or even have Doug show up.
Let's go.
No, that's okay. Somebody, Dave, you want to run to town? Just call Doug and have him show up. Send his boys down here if they're not already on their way. Don't you feel in the least bit concerned about this, Clint, that you've got a government agency here that is tyrannical in nature?
I'm doing my job, and I work for that government agency.
If they told you to come and confiscate my guns, would you do that?
No, I don't have that
Why?
authority.
Why wouldn't you do that?
I don't have that authority.
You don't have this authority either.
Well,
You need to look into it
you
a
can
little
take
bit
it
more.
to the courts and all, but
But you're going to be held liable. for
Clint,
this
it's going to be
individual.
you, buddy, that's going to
Forest Service
be...
will not protect you on this. No, they won't. You will be sued individually. You think you're protected, but you will get a big surprise.
I'm just,
I understand that you don't know your job.
You shouldn't have refused the sheriff call. You're a public servant. We're the public. We
I
own the
don't see
land,
the
and you
need
work
for
for
the
us, and you
sheriff.
won't even pick up. Dude, that's just...
actually, I don't even know how to run that radio, so. This isn't even my vehicle.
You
I'm
got a
borrowing it,
master's
so.
in geology, and you don't know how to operate a two-way radio.
Have you tried to operate a Forest Service radio?
I have, as a matter of fact.
They're not all that simple. So,
Well, we'll just wait.
Well,
well, I might as well get some pictures while I'm here.
I just want to inform you that you're materially interfering. You are materially interfering with my mining operation and the mining operation of all these other miners.
Okay.
What if I don't sign the citation?
Well, I would think you would want to get this into the courts, so, or at least appeal, this notice of non-compliance.
Well, I appreciate your opinion, but that wasn't my question. I said, what happens if I don't sign this?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really sure.
Are you going to make a call and somebody else going to come down? Or?
Well, yeah, probably the LEO.
Okay.
Serve it on.
Well, then I think that that's where we're at because I'm not signing it.
Okay. Well, you don't even have to sign it.
You're not going to give it to me either.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you my name. I'm not going to give you anything. You're materially interfering with my mining operation that I have an Idaho State dredge permit.
Thing is,
This is a federal mining claim
yeah.
that I personally own. I am subsurface. You are a surface management agency. You do not have the authority.
I do.
And it's been decided by the Supreme Court. You may think you do, but you know what? I do this for a living. I actually own a company that deals with this.
I do this for a living also. And,
You don't have absolutely, you don't even,
Yeah.
What is the Shumway case then? Tell me what the Shumway case is.
I don't know every case.
Okay, well, what about Hicks? Those are the two major ones that deal with the Forest Service.
Those are the two that you like, sure. But, I mean,
The thing about it is, dude, you've dug yourself into a really deep hole here,
I haven't.
and you act like you know everything, and you don't know shit, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, but you don't.
Well,
So you
no.
need to call your supervisor, superior, I don't care if you call Cheryl or whoever it is, But this isn't going to go down the way that you think it is, to where you just hand out citations and we go and appeal this in court. That is not going to go down this way.
You don't have to appeal it in court. You appeal it to the supervisor, the forest supervisor. That's
You don't have the authority to do it. I shouldn't even have to do that. This is tyrannical in nature. When a federal agency oversteps their bounds, and we have the constitutional law on our side, and the case history, and the cases through the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in the land, then that means we have everything on our side, and we have a fundamental right to do this.
Put that all on paper in an appeal.
Not going to do it, Clint.
It'd be easy.
You do what you need to do, but you're not going to give me any type of a citation or anything like that without, you guys are going to have to take it to the next level. So you're going to have to make a determination if you want to detain me, and if that's the case.
Oh, I'm not detaining anyone. I don't.
Okay, well.
I don't have that authority. I'm here to give you a notice of noncompliance because, that is what I do. I'm the minerals person for the forest, and it's my responsibility to manage mining on the forest. So, and that is my authority. So, and you guys are in noncompliance, and
We are not in noncompliance.
You
We're
are.
not going to see eye to eye there.
no, we're not. But I wish you would take the letters
Not going to happen.
because,
So
Leave 'em.
you need to go do what you need to do and
Yeah.
figure out how to run your radio, I guess, or you can go to Elk City and make a phone call.
yeah.
But the sheriff's going to be here shortly, and that's
I'll wait on.
okay. Well, I'm sure they know how to use their radios. Maybe they can call your boss. But you're costing me about $1,000 a day right now, and that's going to start ticking. So what happens if I go back in the water tomorrow?
We'll probably try to give you another one.
And another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Is that the way this is going to work?
They make good toilet
There's a
paper.
certain level. Hey guys, there's a certain level that this is harassment. That's clearly what this is, because I see the date on this letter coincides with the other ridiculous idea of having a shutdown at 1 o'clock when we're 49 feet out in the middle of the water saying we're a fire hazard. I'm sure that they're butthurt over that little fiasco that happened yesterday. So this is the next scheme that they come up with in the harassment of the miners in the South
No,
Fork?
we already had this ready to go before that even came on. So.
You do realize, and this is something that you might want to research when you get constructive notice, the Forest Service won't represent you if you step outside the bounds there. You are stepping outside the bounds big time.
I'm well within my bounds. Sorry.
Okay, well you're gonna find out.
Okay.
I give you my oath on that.
Yeah.
Well, you do what you need to do.
So are you saying that this step was the next step if step one didn't work with the fire
Well, we
restrictions?
need to let you guys know that you're in non-compliance,
No, no,
and I've
I
already
asked you-
done that on film even.
No, I asked
So-
you a question. Was this
What was
the
that?
next step if the fire restriction?
No, that fire restriction had nothing to do with my job or any of this.
Why would they wait a week into dredging season to serve that on it?
I was out rafting for one, so I didn't
You're
get a
the
chance
only
to get out
person
here.
then that's available to
No, Marty Jones probably could do it, but he's pretty busy also. The LEO, I guess I could have given it to him, but I didn't have that all ready yet. So he'll probably come out and try to give it to you. So, or maybe we'll have the sheriff give it to you. I don't know if he'll
Don't
give
think
it
that's
to.
gonna happen either.
I don't know. So,
Do you have a card?
just saying, it's in the letter. My number.
I asked you if you had a card that I could
don't.
have. You don't have a card?
I don't have
You have an employee number?
one. Yeah.
What is that?
208-983-5146.
I would accept this because this is an incorrect date.
Thank you. So guys, we're waiting. The Forest Service, Clint Hughes took off, but Dave was the first one that was served with this notice of non-compliance by Clint Hughes, and RJ was with him. And I just want, for prosperity here, is I want Dave to say what Clint told him, and then we're going to ask Clint these questions when he gets back here. But for right now, I just want Dave to say what Clint said, because it sounds to me like this was a retaliatory effort and would define harassment. So what did he tell you, Dave?
First of all, RJ got me out of the water.
Okay.
And he told RJ to shut his dredge off, that he was in non-compliance. RJ came down immediately, got me out of the water. When I got out of the water, I said to the guy, I says, what's going on? And the fella said, I said, first of all, I said, what's your name? And he said, my name is Clint Hughes. I'm a geologist. I'm in charge of enforcing the mining deal on this forest. And I says, okay. I says, you have no jurisdiction down here. This is a private claim. It's private property. First of all, you know, you shouldn't be taking pictures of us without our knowledge. But anyhow, he said to me, he says, listen, he says, you're non-compliance. RJ went over and shut my motors off. And I says, well, non-compliance of what? He says, you don't have a plan of operations. And I told him, I says, we're in the water. I'm on my own mining claim. I'm on private property. I do not need a plan of operations on my own property. Excuse me. Then he says, listen, he says, 2 days ago we sent a Leo down here, and apparently he mistaken my place for AMRA's. Anyhow, to make a long story short, he said, we sent a Leo down here, and he says, you guys worked around that, you beat that. He says, but we're going to get you people out of the water. You can't continue doing this. That's exactly what he said, to my knowledge.
So he said that he was going to get us out of the water one way or the other.
Yes, that was his intent. Yes.
So are you guys just assuming that everybody that is on there is dredging?
Nope, that's claimants and other people that just,
It's not a very accurate list.
right, well, you want to help me make it better?
Sure. Give me internet access. I could tell you everybody that's got claims on this.
Oh yeah, I can do that. That's, some of what was done here. And I didn't print this out, someone else did.
Where do you live at, Clint?
Right near the forest. What? You've already threatened to, come to my house, so.
When have you done that?
So
I
that's right.
told you I needed your address so I know where to send the lawsuit to.
Yeah.
That's all I said. I didn't threaten you.
Okay.
You said I threatened you.
Well, I guess we're not going to be making small. I'm from California and
Is
down
this on?
by Yosemite.
I mean, we can make small
Yeah,
talk.
no, that's fine. I mean,
Whatever.
Clint, we're not here to beat you up, buddy. All we're doing is that you got to understand we do this. We have a business, a 501c3 national organization that deals with mining rights. We're pretty familiar with every single case, everything that's gone on with the DFG, USFS, BLM, EPA, all of these different kinds of things. We are probably the single most knowledgeable entity out there.
Won't you come on in and talk to us?
Well, we tried yesterday, but nobody seemed to be available.
Yeah, we went to your
We
office
made-
yesterday.
We made, I don't know how many phone calls and
4.
trips into your office. And,
Who'd you talk to?
well, just a clerk, because nobody was available anywhere.
I was there all day. Which office did you go to?
Grangeville.
Yeah, I was there all day, yeah.
Well, we walked in first and there was nobody even at the front desk, and she had personal checks from all of the public laying out on top of the counter for anybody to come in and grab. And money orders, and that's pretty remarkable. I wonder if that's how they treat my checks when I send them there. Just leave them for the public to read.
We were in there twice, so.
Well, you can contact the forest supervisor if you want, Jerry Nevius.
I tried calling Cheryl yesterday and she wouldn't take my call.
Well, today or tomorrow, you're not going to get a hold of during a forest leadership team meeting. So, but you could lay it all out. Why you think you've got the rights. And, you got the rights, but you have to go through the proper channels, and you have to get
So
the
in your
stuff and everything else.
in your professional opinion, if let's say that I owned this area right here was my mining claim, if I put a shovel in the ground there and I pan that out, do I have to do a plan of operations? Why?
It's not significant disturbance.
What is a significant disturbance then?
You know, this suction dredging within an ESA listed stream is significant disturbance.
In your opinion?
No, it's not my opinion.
And what are you citing? What regulation?
Well, that goes back to our forest plan. And the forest plan adopted the pack fish standards as Amendment 20 in, I think, 1990. And that's the standard right there. I mean, that's what I'm going by, part of what I'm going by. And then there's the Karuk case that said that we have to consult on ESA listed streams for suction dredging, or within what is it, RHAA, or no, yeah, whatever, RCH. So,
Well, you're way off there, but that's okay. So you're basing a significant disturbance off of nothing that you've told me causes a significant disturbance, only that this is an ESA river. Is that correct? Is that what
well,
you're
it's an ESA river.
That's what you're trying to define as a significant disturbance?
I don't determine that.
Anything that I do in this river is a significant disturbance, and you're telling me that that was passed in 1990. So here we are in 2015, 25 years later, and you guys are just now getting to the point where you're giving notation or citations to people that have been suction dredging for 25 years?
Yep.
And this doesn't have anything to do with us pushing back yesterday on the unbelievable hypocrisy of having a dredge in the middle of a river that you know,
After
you
1
thought was
PM.
going to cause a fire.
Nothing at all to do with that.
Okay. 25 years. Wow.
Yep, they should have been implementing that 25 years ago, but
In your opinion,
well, you know, yeah, I guess I'd say it's my opinion, but it was on our forest plan, and they should have been requiring a plan of operations.
see, all that's been defined already, Clint, and that's the thing, is that why we gave you the constructive notice is that your failure to know what case law is. Because let me give you a scenario here. Let's say that the Forest Service creates some type of an argument or a regulation that says that you can't use a green shovel, painted green, okay? And somebody says, well, I don't want to use a blue shovel, I want to use a green one, and so they sue the Forest Service, and that goes through courts, and okay, a county court is going to take it up, and they're either going to say guilty or not guilty kind of thing, or they'll rule for the plaintiff or the defendant. And then one party can appeal, and then it goes to an appeals court. And then once it goes through an appeals court, there's really only, you can go to a state Supreme Court, or you can go up to the highest court in America, and that is the Supreme Court. Once that ruling is made by the Supreme Court of the United States of America, then it becomes law. It's just, can't change it. What I'm here telling you today
Actually, you can.
is there are things that have been decided by the Supreme Court on these cases, and the 8th Circuit and the 9th Circuit, about plan of operations that apparently you don't know.
No, I do know of you. I don't have
Which
them right
ones
here.
do you know?
I don't have them right
well,
here with
tell me what they're about then.
I can put it in paper if you want to appeal, and we'll write you back saying which ones we have.
No, you're going to have your attorney do that. I'm asking you because you're supposed to be the authority. You're the one that's saying that you have a master's degree in geology and you've got all this training and all this stuff. You should be able to run this stuff right off your tongue, just like I am. I don't even work for the Forest Service.
I don't know that everything you're telling me is correct. So, I mean, I'm not going to go out and say things without actually looking into it a little more. And,
So is there
so
a-
I can answer your question on paper.
Is there
I'm
a-
not going to put it on film here.
Is there a case that you can give us the gist of it, that, you know, hey, it was this incident or this type of thing happened, and that's what you're basing the
No,
plan
because
of
I
operations
can't
on?
state a case precisely, and you would, look at this and say, well,
Does
you
that
said this.
Does this
and-
intimidate you to have the
No.
camera on?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But, I'm not going to get into things that I could misrepresent what I was, meaning to say.
Well,
So-
the way that this works is, again, you're a public servant. We
Yep.
pay your wages, meaning
I pay my own wage too.
meaning that we pay your wages, you work for us, you work for a public management agency that manages our lands. Okay? You are here issuing citations to the public, but you're not defining where you get the authority
Well,
to.
it's in here. We're saying that you need a plan of operations in this notice for non-compliance. So, you know, I know I see you guys read it. So, you know, if you don't want one,
it's all because, again, they have the word likely.
May, might, shall, could, would, possibly, maybe happen. That doesn't fly in court, but you know, that'll be something that the courts decide. So are you just gonna wait for the sheriff to get here? Is that where we go from here? Because you don't,
suppose I could.
can't run your radio, or, I mean, I don't think that your office probably thought, well, you just pass those things out like they're cupcakes or something, and everybody's gonna take them, but
Yeah.
it's probably not what you expected, huh?
Well, you know, you put all this on your website. That'd be great. You know,
Put what on our website?
your video.
Have you been to our website?
Yeah, once or twice.
Nice. Thank you. We appreciate that. That just tells us we're doing the right thing.
One of many.
Make sure to like us on Facebook, Clint.
I'm not going to get into any of that.
How you doing down there?
Well, I'll go up here and look at Shannon's dredges.
My dredges?